Hi, my name's Katara. What would you like to be called today?
Cassidy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So the initial purpose of this project is it's my final project in Social Work 201, and we have to explore an issue with a client, an everyday issue, nothing too deep. If there's anything that you wouldn't like to talk about, just let me know. We could explore something else.
Okay.
You would just be explaining just how you feel about something, how it affects you, anything like that. We're not trying to solve any issues here today, just to explore them.
Okay.
This video will be confidential. Nobody will see the video except for my professor and I. It won't be public to YouTube or anything.
Okay.
The only issues that might break confidentiality is if there's physical abuse or sexual abuse to you or someone else.
Okay.
Just as by New York State law. Do you have any questions?
No. Fine.
Okay. So what's been bothering you today?
So just thinking about where I want to go after college and just with my career. So just been feeling stressed about like having anxiety with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah.
So would you say that you're stressed more about being in school or taking the next step after college?
It might be a little bit of both, but mostly like all the stress that comes from being in school is just thinking about where I want to go after this. So the main issue is just like where I want to be after I'm done. So yeah.
So what major are you pursuing now?
Biophysics.
Biophysics.
Yeah.
So what have been the issues as being a biophysics major that have caused you to have this overall anxiety about being a professional after?
Yeah. Just the fact that I'm of a really underrepresented group in biophysics as a woman and as a person of color. So when I look around, I don't really see many people that look like me in my field. Yeah.
So would you say you feel alone, or
Yeah.
I guess the word would be underrepresented?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Is there anyone that you have talked to about this issue?
I was fortunate enough to have two people who have been really helpful. One of them is my advisor, and she's a woman. And another person that I know, she's currently doing a postdoc, and she is a woman of color. So I identify with both of them in some way.
Has having that support system made you feel more comfortable about approaching into the field?
Yeah, I feel like I can see that, like it is actually possible. Because sometimes when you don't see people who look like you think that maybe there's a reason why they're not there. And like the reason being something that you can't fix. So having those people like reduces my anxiety level in some way.
So you said that, maybe it is possible. So for a long time, did you feel as if it was impossible because you didn't see anybody of your identity in the field?
Yeah, for sure. Like even going to classes, like I didn't see many students who look like me even. So not only are the established people in the career not representing my demographic, but they're also like students who were in my position who just weren't, there weren't many women and there weren't many women of color. So it was really hard. Yeah.
So what has been the first primary concern as being a woman? Did you feel as if you wouldn't be listened to, or your work wouldn't be respected, or is there anything specific?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think it's just kind of like, just the idea of like a patriarchal society in general, and how like men are more assertive. So like when someone's more assertive, you are more attentive to what they have to say. So as a woman, well, not all women are like, softer, but I am someone who's more on the softer spoken side and, just more docile in general. So I do feel like being a woman, particularly a more quiet woman, was something that would make my work not as respected, like you said.
Would you say you feel as if you have to be assertive to be respected in this field?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I have to kind of work on um, being a little bit more assertive than I am naturally. I feel like I have to be more loud and more, yeah, just assertive in general.
So it sounds like you have multiple aspects to this kind of dilemma.
Yeah,
So the first one would be being a woman of color in biophysics, and then it would also have to do with uh, your demeanor as a softer spoken person. So
yeah.
which issue would you say is more important, and what would you like to explore more?
Um, I guess just being a woman probably because I feel like if there were more women, then there would be more different types of women who are accepted. So they would accept the assertive woman, the quiet woman, the in between personality, and I wouldn't have to explain that. Oh, I'm quiet, but I still have something important to say because they would just be used to seeing that if there were more women in the field.
So what kind of women have you seen so far? Have you just seen African American women, or have you seen Asian women? What kinds of women have you seen so far?
So women, so of the field of biophysics, women make up a really small percentage, and then within the small percentage of women, black women are very, very, very small. So mostly what I see is white women, and then Asian women, then Indian women, and then black women are like very, very small. So yeah,
So it's kind of a multi-layered issue of being a woman, and then on top of that, you being a black woman in the field.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. Would you say that, have you ever considered changing fields because of the uncomfort, or have you just persevered through the entire process?
So it was really hard for me to get involved in the first place. I didn't really want to, like, I always knew that I loved physics, but I didn't really want to go into it because I was just afraid. So it's not so much that I changed once I decided to be in physics. I have persevered after making the decision, but I was slow to make the decision out of fear. So,
So you were fearful to make the decision just because of what you saw and not what you experienced?
yeah.
Okay. So would you like to see it as you're alone and you're the only one, or would you see it as you're the minimal one, like as if maybe there are other women that you know about there, but you just feel alone?
Yeah, it's definitely that because I do know there are others out there, but since there isn't like everyone's not localized in one space, so it feels as if I am alone. I just like see them, but I'm never really interacting.
The same space.
Yeah.
So you feel as if you can make a change by getting into the field as an African American woman?
Yeah, I think that would be part of my goal to not only help myself, but to help other like people in like the younger generations to know that because I'm here, you could be here as well. So,
That would empower you.
yeah.
So you want to empower yourself and as well as empower others.
Yeah.
That's a very great goal to have.
Thank you.
Has anyone in particular influenced your studies, or I'm not sure how to phrase this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think so. This one woman that I've met recently, she just graduated with a PhD in astrophysics, which
Wow.
is similar. And she was actually the first Black woman to graduate with a PhD in astrophysics from Yale.
Wow.
And I met her because she used to work at Syracuse, and she no longer works here, but I still keep in contact with her, and she's definitely been like a huge person who, yeah, for sure. Like after meeting her, I know that I could do it. So she's her in particular.
Sounds as if you've been very empowered by this type of experience.
Yeah.
That's great.